obviously very pleased to get this over with, and I talked to Joey briefly already and just basically told him that get your butt over here and let's get to work. I wish this all could have been avoided, but it was something that was necessary for us to go through and to get the deal done, and now it's done and we move forward. And he's a big part of our team, always has been in our plans this off season and getting ready for the season, and obviously his performance last year, and like everybody on our team, we expect him to get better. So we're happy to have him back, and let's just move forward. And if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Where is he physically? I'm
sorry. I'm sure you're excited to actually, or relieved maybe, to have this behind you. Is there frustration? Will there be frustration that it had to take this long? Because the deal seems fairly reasonable, attainable, maybe weeks ago. Do you yet know why it took this long?
Well, there's no reason to look in the rear view mirror, in my opinion. We just look forward now, and hopefully he's worked out hard. And I asked him that question today: have you skated hard? And he says yes, and we'll see when we get him on the ice with the team. And there's not a lot of time to prepare with the teammates, obviously, when he gets here. But the opening night is on Thursday in Buffalo, and we go from there, and we'll do the best we can to make sure that he's 100% ready as soon as possible.
Where is he, Jarmo? When do you expect him here? And did he burn any bridges here?
He's in Vancouver when I talked to him this morning. And again, we're just going to move forward. And you know, we've told again and again, we love the player. He's a good player. He's going to only get better. He's 22 years old. The potential is sky high. I've said that all along last year, even with the danger of affecting the negotiations. I kept saying that this guy's got a potential that's sky high. He can be one of the best players in the league, but there's a lot of work to be done before he can get there and do that every night. So that's what's always required of the players that can claim to be some of the top players in the league, is that you bring it every night. But he's young, he's 22 years old, and we expect him to get to that level. So we have a 3-year contract now in place, and we're going to get to work with him, and we'll push him to the next level.
Jarmo, all along the offers had been for 2 years. At what point did the third year come into play?
Oh, we've discussed 3 years for quite a while now, so it wasn't something that was not there. It was there for a few weeks already. So there were several different options, but again, we have the 3-year contract in place right now, and we're only looking forward.
Jarmo, what happened? What happened that changed, or what changed today that made the deal work? From yesterday to today, what was the movement?
Well, I mean, it was decision time. I mean, we have immigration issues that we have to take care of to get him here on time to start the season with us, and it was just time to make a decision. We made that very clear, and you know, it was either he was going to join our team or we were going to move on. We're very happy that he did and made this decision.
Was there any sort of an ultimatum made in terms of?
I don't want to get into any details of the negotiation. It was important that we get it done today so that we can work the immigration and get him in the fold.
Is there any danger with a player who hasn't been working or conditioning with the team that you, because of need, you try to get him back too quickly and perhaps he is not ready for that?
Well, we have professionals on all levels in the locker room there with the training staff and the coaching staff. They'll be able to assess where he's at, and as soon as he steps on the ice and gets into the physical, before he even steps on the ice, they'll see where he's at with his conditioning and with his physical, and then coaches will be able to assess where he is on the ice and how he's practiced so far and what his pace is right now and all those things. And it'll still take some time to get his timing back, as if, you know, any player that's coming back from an injury, even if you're working out off ice and working on the ice and you're in great shape, and then once the game speed hits you, it's going to always take some time to adjust, and hopefully that happens sooner than later. You know, some players are able to adjust quicker, but usually everybody needs a little bit of time with that. And it's a good thing that he hopefully gets a couple of full practices with the team, and be ready to go.
said you've already spoken to him, correct?
Yeah.
He's a young guy, probably hasn't been through a negotiation like this before. Did you get the sense that he's already moved on, treated it in a very business-like manner, or is there a concern that he might have taken it a little personally?
I didn't get into any of that. My short message to him was that we're happy to have you on board, and let's get to work. Let's get you here as soon as we can. We're working on it, and move on. I think that that's why he has an agent that takes care of his business, and you know, the business side is business side. And I talked to him just about hockey and getting prepared for the season opener.
With the signing of Johansen, does this make it a little bit easier decision-wise in regards to the rookies? Instead of having the possibility of 4 rookies starting the season, now it's obviously going to be a few less. Does it make it easier as a team to make those decisions?
Well, I wouldn't point out any rookies really here. I think it's just it's always good to have hard decisions on your roster. If you think that there are many guys that could be here for the opening roster or opening night, those are good decisions. That means you have depth. And the young guys have played well enough to be in that consideration. I think that they've proved that we would have no problem to have them in here the opening night. Having said that, I also want to be sure that our young guys are playing enough and in a big enough role and in the roles that we project them to be in when they hit their potential. So that's why you know, there's kind of two different sides to those decisions. We don't want to have rookies or first-year pro guys eating popcorn in the press box, or playing, you know, fourth-line minutes, for example. I think that the guys that we project to be top-line players for their career, we want them to be playing 20 minutes in Springfield and power play and penalty killing and all specialty teams and situations, rather than sitting on the bench.
Was there ever a concern that the deal wouldn't get done by today, or were you always pretty confident that it would happen?
Well, I mean, you can never know what the other side's thinking. I guess I'm always the optimistic guy that thinks that you want to play hockey, you want to get back to playing, and you're a young guy. We had a great year last year. He had a great year last year individually. Our team's getting better. Our team needs him. Those are the things that you think that, okay, you know, he's going to want to get back for sure. But you never know. Obviously, we wanted him here all along, and like I said in the beginning, I wish we could have avoided all this, and he could have been here from the first day of camp. And that was my stance from the before the training camp started. I think this is very valuable time for our guys. But you know, we're just moving forward now, and he'll be here soon.
Jarmo, is this your deal that you put on the table that they accepted, or did they make this offer that you accepted, and when was it on the table?
I think we made the offer, and we emphasized the importance of getting this deal done now.
Over your years in the NHL, is it your experience that the rest of the players accept a player in this situation that Johansen's been in, or are there some that it takes a little while to kind of convince them that where the loyalty lies, and that now that they've returned?
Well, that's something that I think the players will sort out in the locker room. That's something that will happen and stay in the locker room, and those are the things that we deal with every day. They're you know, I'm sure the guys will battle for each other there. They're battling for each other on the ice. They battle for each other off the ice too, and then sometimes there's some issues there, and then you solve the issues by talking about them, and that's why we have some experienced players, leadership in the room, and I think it's best that the players do it among themselves and just talk things out.
Does he have to practice to play?
I would say yes, but I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. We're expecting him to get here tomorrow, the latest. So then he would have Wednesday's practice, minimum Wednesday's practice, and Thursday's morning practice. But hopefully he can get here tomorrow so that he can practice in the morning and practice Wednesday and Thursday morning.